Yeah, we're going to go in. I think we're just going to finish this off with a nice heavy. A 37,000 first hit of the heavy. That's what I was talking about. Welcome back to the channel. All right, it's time for War 3 of the season. SSX, we were shooting for top 10, just like last season. We came in 4th in the world. We're going to start off today's war with this tough fight against Bullseye, right? He is brutal to fight. We're going to bring in what I feel is his most natural counter in the game in Iceman, because he is both bleed immune and can shut off evade. But we're going to talk through this fight real quickly here, try to give you an idea of kind of what's going on. You can see an ascended Bullseye, an ascended Iceman. Now, there's an important part to this fight, right? Because Bullseye gets that, I believe it's called Killer Instinct passive, that green passive, which is going to allow him to evade and immediately attack you. He also does all the damage into the block, which you will see here, but at least we're going to turn off, hopefully, that evade while we've got our cold snap up, and also we are bleed immune. So that's going to help tremendously. But what's adding on a bit to this fight is the second wind damage reflection. Fortunately for me, I'm in an incredibly smart alliance, and they pointed this out, that if I parry stun him, he will try to shrug that. It says he won't be able to evade because I'll have the cold snap on him. So I'm going to play this fight completely stun immune. Also, Iceman's cold snap is not indefinite, meaning it can and will fall off, and it does in this fight. If that does, I need to let that killer instinct fall off before I then push Bullseye over to a bar of power and have it re-trigger. There's a lot of moving parts. Bullseye is tough enough as it is without the ability to stun him. Nova's in her bed saying hello. Hey, Nova. All right, so here we go. We got a nice start. I had worked very hard on getting the heavy punish off, right? And in all of my testing, it was a single dash back, immediate punish. You're going to see me pay for that right here. So we're going to stop this early. I would love to get off my SP1. And Bullseye hits me with that special. I have got problems for a lot of reasons. One, I'm now a little unsure of the heavy punish, even though I had practiced like crazy. Two, my cold snap has fallen off. I'm going to bait the heavy and throw immediately in to my special one because he didn't have the Killer Instinct passive up yet. He had not gone over a bar of power. So I knew that if I baited the heavy, he goes through his heavy animation. I'll throw my SP1, get the cold snap off. And here's the real interesting thing about this Bullseye character is look how much damage he was doing into my block. I didn't lose, and this was pointed out by, I believe it was Hot Fuzz, I did not lose that much health from taking that heavy to the face into the block. I did from the blocked hits. But that's the Bullseye we got. Iceman is a phenomenal counter. You saw that. You've seen his damage. That was really fast to do about 228,000 health. The war before, I believe it was, he took a Nick Fury hazard shift. I've been extremely happy with my Iceman Ascended. Been great in war, been good in Battlegrounds for me. Did the whole video on his buff. You make sure you check that out. Make sure you check that out because he's a character champion that I know a lot of people have. I think you can get a lot of use out of him, help you out with a lot of quests and things like that. All right, now we're going to move into this, and we're going to do this one Titania fight, and then I think it's all America all the time after that. There's not too tremendous much going on in this fight. There's a rank 3 Titania versus, I don't know, rank 1, rank 2 Dragonman. Obviously, we're going to parry to get the power gain buff down. Yeah, you know, I guess if he got to his SP3, that could be a problem, but we're trying to get these out, make sure we're landing our lights and those sorts of things. And then because this node has that armor break, I don't want to knock him down until I'm ready to do it, which was right there. I should have canceled out of the heavy to get the extra debuffs from the SP3, but it's going to end up being more than fine. It's going to be more than fine. We're going to go in there. We got the Falter up. We've got the Intimidate up. We've got all of the debuffs, almost feels like in the game up. And Titania is going to take care of the rest for us. That's Titania's one fight for this war, and we're going to move on. So SSX, we're trying to start the season 3-0 here. So we're kind of coming in here, and this is a pretty important war. So we're going to move on, and I think this is going to be the first fight. Yeah, okay. So we're going to do this is going to be an ebb and flow intercept here against this Nova. Now I'm going to get America's going to come in more and more. I am going to eventually get out the Essentials video on America, how to play her. That was the most requested one on my Winter of Woe Absorbing Man fight there. So stream. And so I will get that out there. I love her. I try to do as much how to play her as I can in any of these war videos or any video I do. But so here we go. Here's the important part for this one, right? Is Nova does have that ability power rate when he's moving back and forth there. So I really want to focus on getting up my negative zone. That's the zone, you can see it right there. It's the purple one that comes up whenever we finish off our heavy. So that's why you're seeing me finish those off as much as I can. It is an ebb and flow intercept, so I will get that nice fury buff and the protection will come down. when I get the intercept. So I took the opportunity to get that. Now, the big mistake I feel like I made here, when looking back, what I would do differently is I wouldn't combo nearly as much, and I would just continue to concentrate on keeping up my negative zone. The other problem that can come up in this node is obviously you're incentivized to intercept. Well, when Nova's got up 75, I believe it is, of his Nova charges, he can auto block, parry stun you. He has the auto block, I think, at 50. And you saw that come into play, but it's just an auto block. You can kind of keep just going. You saw me, I think, just move through like a truck that America hits like, and you'll be more than fine. But this, so this is getting into a little bit of a danger zone. I've got up 4 of my negative zones, so I'm not too worried. Missed the SB2 decks. Pretty familiar with those, though, thanks to Necropolis and fighting him so much there. There's the auto block. You can see he didn't have up the 75 Nova charges, so I didn't have to worry about getting parried. So I didn't go for any intercepts when he had 75 or more. And so that fight just worked out really fine. Really, like, it's a great fight for America. I really should have thrown the SP1 off the first hit. I'm sorry, the SP2 off the first hit of the heavy. I didn't, but we'll move on. I think there was a lot of excitement for me in having my rank 3 Chavez. Like, even this fight right here can go more smooth, and I'm going to have America versus Hulkling fights that will blow your mind in the upcoming war video. So here we go. So this one, I think there's Burden of Might, and then there's going to be an energy resistance to it, I believe, which is why I'm not going to throw my SP2, because Chavez's SP2 is mainly energy damage. So I'm going to rely on my my SP1s to get up my zones. Obviously, it's a Hulkling fight, so one of the ways a Hulkling fight can go wrong is he starts gaining too many powers when he gains his buff, right? He gains powers. He gains power when he gains his buffs. So I want to keep that up. And see, I should have just immediately gone in, hit once or twice at the most, gone directly into the heavy. That's how a Hulkling fight can go bad, right? Because he can get so much power and then just destroy you with an SP3. So we're going to bait that, and then I really should throw 1, and I should SP1, so that's good. Even with the indestructible up, that's fine. I'm going to go into my SP3. I feel like I should have baited the SP1, but that's fine. I'm not really worried about this fight. We have enough negative zones up. Her SP3 is going to bring up a 1 of each of the zones, so I'm going to get another negative zone, right? So that's going to handle any visibility power rate. We've got 4 of them up now. And you can see how hard, none of those are critting, but we are hitting very, very hard thanks to having all of our zones up, all the buffs on Teddy here, and he's just getting obliterated. Yeah, we're going to go in. I think we're just going to finish this off with a nice heavy. A 37,000 first hit of the heavy. That's what I was talking about, where I'll get that video out. I love playing her, and that she is so well suited for the current game. There's just so much about what she can do that counters what is problematic or dangerous about various nodes. It's really, really cool. So this fight is going up against this Adam Warlock, and yeah, you're going to see me play this so bad. I was pretty excited to kind of get it done. I think I had actually thought the war had been over, or my portion of the war was over, and then I was reminded that I had this Adam Warlock. The way you want to take this fight is definitely keep up that negative zone to kind of minimize his power gain. In fact, at some point you can even reverse it. I shouldn't have done all those combos. I should have just gone straight in to the negative zone, because he is getting his combat power rates. That's why he's got so much power right now. I also should not have done off the SP1. So now he's got his SP2. You just stay out of dodge. You can stay out of dodge. You do not want to go in and punish his SP2. Why I did that, I have no idea, but you do not want to do that. And ideally, you want to bait his SP1s, because you can then punish them. You don't need to worry about how Adam can turn off your ability accuracy of your parries. So you end up in a really nice loop. I took this fight, I think like 2 or 3 seasons ago, and had it down. What I'm doing right now, I have no idea. And right about now, I'm remembering where I was headspace-wise. I'm now being like, okay, just reset this fight. You're on your way to die into a fight that you know you should easily solo. So I'm going to reset this fight. I'm going to try to drain his power. And when I can, there. See how I did 1 hit, went immediately into the heavy. That's what I should have been doing all the time, because I can't control his combat power rate, but I can control his ability power rate. The combat power rate being from hitting him, the ability power rate from him just being Adam Warlock, right, in the node itself. So now we're controlling it. Now we're baiting those SP1s. Now we're punishing them. We're going to continue to bait those SP1s. I think I'm going to bait 1 more, if not 2 more. He goes a little passive, right? Because I was just screwing around so much. The AI is not feeling in danger at all right now. I could parry in hindsight, right? I should let this falter fall off. Yeah, that was good. That was smart. I could have punished there, but I didn't. That's fine. We're going to throw the SB3. It's going to get at one of each of our zones, so it's going to be another negative zone. The other zones do things. I'll cover that more in a Chavez Essentials video. And we should go in, and there we go. I went directly into heavy. I'm happy with that. You're going to see in a later war video, the phone gets stuck. So something has happened there. That's happened to a lot of my mates in the war, that war. But see, this is the flow. This is actually what you're looking to get in this fight. It's very doable. It can definitely happen. He at 25%, he gets that stasis pod. I really like how they give you a warning on that though, so you don't just accidentally trigger it and then get stunned. There, I tried to punish a heavy. I think I was just a little bit late. I'm a little concerned, honestly, about him turning off the ability accuracy of parry. I remember, so I just kind of threw my striker. I'm not advocating that, but I'm letting you know why I did it. And then his sovereignty buff is down, so I knew we could parry, and that will end the fight. So I really dug that hole for myself, but as you can see, once you don't play it like I did, you can then play it very, very well. Chavez handles the fight. She hits so hard. It takes a little bit of patience. Keep up your negative zone. Finish off that heavy. And you will be absolutely fine. All right, we did end up winning this war. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at the season stats. Okay, as I said, we did end up winning the war. So we started the first week of the season 3-0. That's a really great start. Can't do better than that. I personally had 15 kills, 0 deaths, 5. I think I had 5 fights each war, just the way it worked out. 7 total champions came in. Lady Deathstrike really was the star of Wars 1 and 2, but America Chavez is starting to slowly creep up, and I happen to know how it's going to go. She's going to continue that. You got to rank through Chavez. You can get a lot done on the current Tier 1 war map. 7 total champions came in. Feels always good to use the breadth of my roster. And 2 defender kills. I'm going to actually start tracking that, though. I think it may have been this war or the one previously where it was pretty clear that our opponent had kind of, they had decided, you know, it was clear they had realized they were not going to win. I think they probably stopped boosting and things like that. So my defender kill rate is actually pretty inflated from what I recall. So I'm going to actually stop tracking that. Current streak is at 15, which feels good, but I happen to know it will end. It will end in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. SSX, we're off to a great start. Top 10 is our goal, and can't do better than 3-0. Let me know how your war season's going, how you're finding this tactic, how you're finding these matchups, and if there's any matchups in general that are really, really causing you some angst, so hopefully we can cover them in a future war video. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.